Hello again, everyone. This is the Matt Daddy, and I'm playing some Pokemon content tonight. Um, kind of the same team, still adjusting a couple small things here and there, and I think it's finally starting to settle in more. So, without further ado, I'm gonna play my first round of the night. This seems to be the thing that draws more people to my page, so I like Hearthstone. I might still put something up if I think of something cool, but I don't know if it's because you guys don't care or if I really suck. If I suck, let me know, because it's one of the games I'd like to get better at. But anyway, that's neither here nor there, and here we go. And first thing up I see is he has a Terrakion. And that's really crazy. I haven't seen any of those yet this season. I think it's a very interesting choice. I don't think it's very practical. I love the Mega Swampert, and I'm noticing that bar his Yveltal, my Ludicolo just kind of beats his team out. So, I'm really considering bringing my own Rain up front, but I don't think that's a smart idea. So instead, I'm going to lead Landorus Kangaskhan, because I want to trade Intimidates at the worst, and that does a pretty good job against his Yveltal. I don't know if regular Rayquaza, well, added priority can beat the Sucker Punch on the Yveltal. I think he's okay, and I'm going to bring my Ludicolo, anticipating that he's going to bring his, because he has the Mega Swampert option. And even so, Ludicolo still beats Kyogre if he just plays it straight up, still does great against Terrakion. Even the Mawile, I think, has a 2-hit KO on me, so I get the chance to Scald. Alright, and he nerfs the weather, that's fine. We are just going to punch this Licky Licky in the face and go for the Fake Out on the Kyogre. I don't want to Mega Evolve in case something crazy happens, like this Licky Licky goes for an explosion, which would be rather unfortunate. I don't think it's going to, but it's always an option. He's probably just playing it to be unique with the Cloud 9 effect as opposed to just playing, you know, a Rayquaza with Airlock or things like that. He swaps into the Yveltal, okay. And I get the Fake Out on Kyogre just fine. I get the Superpower off, which deals neutral damage, so not bad. And he flinches. Not a bad round. I'm going to swap out my Landorus, because he's a really solid check to, well, to that Licky Licky, and maybe the Mawile that's in the back. I'm not totally sold that he has it. And I think I am just going to Mega Evolve here and go for the return into the Yveltal. The Water Spout is going to deal some decent... Oh, he goes for the Origin Pulse instead. That hurt a lot more than I anticipated. And he gets a Tailwind up. Nice. Not the best play, but a good one for you. And the last Mon is probably going to be the Mega Swampert, given that he spent his Yveltal to do that. Although if you want a Tailwind, dude, just play a Crobat or a Talonflame. Don't waste your time with it on him. So does he bring the Licky Licky back to nerf the weather? Or does he send out the Swampert? Because, yep, okay. That's fine. Kyogre's going to protect. So we're just going to get damage off. Boom. Get the Fake Out. Get the Low Kick. I'm still faster than him. That's surprising. And the Flinch goes, and he just wastes a turn of his Tailwind. That's beautiful. I'm not quite sure what he was going for, though. The fact that he was slower than me is really weird. Ha! Oh, wait, no. That's not it. I thought for a second, you know, maybe his Tailwind is nerfed, but Actually, I don't even know what I was trying to think of there. Alright, I lose my Kangaskhan. That's fine. The Icy Wind. What a weird play, considering I'm already slower than you. I don't really see why you did that, but whatever. It's not a big deal. I'm just gonna go for the Giga Drain again, and I'm gonna protect. Let the Tailwind stall out, and see what comes up. I don't think he has an answer to this Ludicolo at all, because he already lost it in his Yveltal, and the last one is the Mawile. So now I'm very glad that I preserved my Landorus. This game is basically done. Yep, because he sends that out. We're just going to Scald the Mawile and Dragon Ascent the Licky Licky for the overkill, because Rayquaza is not really doing anything here, and I just need one Earthquake on the Mawile. After an Intimidate, even a Sucker Punch, even a critical, well, no, I don't even think a critical hit Sucker Punch would get rid of my Landorus. I get the Scald, no burn, but it doesn't matter. You can protect, I really don't care. It's a 3-hit KO on my Ludicolo with this Earthquake. Unless I critical hit myself, but once again, it doesn't matter. Yeah. And that's game 1. So, going pretty good. I'm starting to better understand the intricacies of this team, because I'm finally getting to that point where I have enough experience with it, and that's helping a lot. Hopefully I can play in the regionals that I want to coming up. I have to skip this weekend just because I didn't get the time off, so I'm looking forward to watching the videos. And I'm crossing my fingers I can play in Madison, but I gotta save up the money for it. So, yeah, anyway, enough of my playing, or enough of my talk of playing. Here we go with J Biscuit. That name almost sounds familiar. Playing the Big Six. Kind of. That Clefairy is going to be a real pain in the butt. But my Scizor is a nice thing to have here. So I'm going to go with, I think, Kyogre and Ludicolo up front, because that lets me punish his Salamence coming out. That gives me the Rain right away. If he's got the Groudon, though, I'm kind of hurting off that play. That's the only risk with it, though. I guess Rayquaza Kyogre does pretty good here. Scizor to clean up, because he does fairly well against everything that isn't Groudon. And I'm going to leave my Rain option at home, so the question is, do I want to Mega Evolve? I'm guessing yes. Yeah. I'm going to gamble on it. There's Salamence. And then there's that little bugger. Alright, so Mega Evolving here really doesn't help. Bringing Landorus in could. What's that Salamence gonna do? Is it just gonna straight Mega Evolve and then drop the hammer? I think the best play is to rotate into Scizor and just... But that's the thing, he could target down either side. I'm gonna Dragon Ascent and protect. I don't think he's going after my Rayquaza. He did. Crap. And just like that, I think I lost. Yeah, and that That's one of my own weaknesses, though. I read way too deep into that. I should have stuck on the face of it instead of thinking that this guy was gonna somehow not target my Rayquaza. That was just a really dumb turn on my part. So I have the Scizor in, which is obviously gonna try and punish his Geomancied upness here. So I'm gonna go for the Bullet Punch and just the Ice Beam. The Clefairy comes down, he protects, yeah. And then I could get a freeze here, that would help. Not a ton, but it would help. We're still gonna throw the Bullet Punch, and we're gonna go for the Origin Pulse. I think I survived one Dazzling Gleam at this stage. Yeah, that knocks him out. Yep. Now do I connect? No. And the Salamence comes back on the board. Gonna go for the Bullet Punch again. Gonna rotate out. He just protects. Yeah, this is done. The Hyper Voice, the critical hit on my Landorus kind of hurts, but at this point, it really doesn't matter. His last Pokemon is gonna be the Groudon, and I lost. Very unfortunate. Yep. That was all just turn one. I made a really stupid play. But, you know, sometimes it happens. I really should have just stuck with the face, made the straight play, and gone from there. But I won't dwell on it. Next game for the night. Man, this is taking a long time to queue. Not that it really matters. Maybe if no one shows up, I'll just go 1-1 and talk about my my changes. Oh, nope, there we go. Alright, so yeah, basically the big 6 again. Well, actually, it's more like the big 9 or 10 that people alternate the last couple slots with, but you get the gist. Still a good test for this team because it allows me to play against something that's difficult. Even if a scrub is playing it, it's still a difficult team to beat. And it's one of those things that I don't have a whole lot of matchup knowledge with, because while you usually see the Groudon, the Xerneas, and the Kangaskhan, the alternating slots and what they can do is what messes up a lot of everything that I'm doing. Moving on from that. I don't like that Whimsicott. I would really like to see it gone. I also don't like the Xerneas. I'm thinking... Golly, I want to use Kangaskhan Landorus up front. Why wouldn't I? Because it leaves me weak to a couple different things. We're going to go Kangaskhan Kyogre. We're going to bring Scizor. And we're going to bring the same set, but in a different order. Among Us Xerneas. That's fine. Okay. I'm already starting to get too deep into myself here. Is it best to just fall asleep? Probably. Part of me wants... Well... I can probably just wreck the Amoonguss, but then he's gonna get his stuff up. If I use the Fake Out and the Xerneas protects, he's gonna go for a Spore, and it's probably going to land on my Kangaskhan. If I Mega Evolve and just go for the Punish into the Amoonguss, then I might dodge the Spore, but there's the risk that he'll get his Geomancy up. But with the Scizor and the Rayquaza, it's a very calculated gamble, but you know what, I'm going for it. There's the Protect, a double Protect, that kind of bites, but I can deal with it. I didn't gain anything. I didn't really lose anything. So here comes the Rage Powder and probably the Geomancy. I still think it's best to target into the Xerneas right here, just in case he goes for the Spore. The Groudon comes out, so I lose my Origin Pulse, but I do get a return onto the Groudon for some decent damage, and he's going to put my Kangaskhan to sleep. Oh no, he goes for the Kyogre. That's interesting. Okay. So if I go for the return again, I don't really see a downside to that. If I go for the return into the Groudon, it dies. If he Rage Powders to get a shot off, I'm still okay. I do have the Scizor in the back, which I think can go one-on-one against the Xerneas. And his last Pokemon is going to be his Kangaskhan, which I kind of need my own Kangaskhan to beat. Well, not necessarily. If I can get Kyogre to wake up, it's not so bad. So let's go for the return. Let's be bold. The Rage Powder does come out. Precipice Blades. I dodged. That's great. And Amoonguss gets decked. Eats a Citrus Berry, which is a unique choice. And that's fine. Now, do I want to bring Kyogre back down? No, because he's probably just going to launch his Precipice Blades again. But I'm not faster. And that's what makes life difficult right here. Kyogre can sponge a Precipice Blades better than my Kangaskhan, as is clearly seen by that play, and I don't have any way to slow the Groudon down, like with an Intimidator, stuff like that. I don't want to gamble on it missing. And I can't exactly just throw a Sucker Punch at it, because he's just going to Rage Powder me again. And we're going to just get that Amoonguss off the board. Well, we'll target the Groudon, just in case he decides to not. Let's see what happens here. So that goes out. Oh, Groudon protects. And he's going to get another Spore off. Crap. I didn't see that move coming at all. I totally thought he was just going to be aggressive against me here. So now I'm asleep. He's going to get a Giga Drain. There's a Talonflame. That's unique. I take both of my turns of sleep. He goes for another Precipice Blade. Doesn't kill my Kyogre, but it does leave me in a very weakened state. Do I want to gamble on the turn 1 Wake Up? Not heavily. I'd rather lose my Kangaskhan here, because Kyogre still beats the Groudon. Oh, but then how am I going to beat this Talonflame? Maybe I still need to gamble on a turn 1 Wake Up. Let's go for it. Nah, he just goes for the KO. That makes sense. Rayquaza does wake up, and that should be a kill. Okay. So maybe not all hope is lost yet. Oh, shoot. Okay, never mind that word. So Xerneas is going to protect while he tries to kill my Scizor. What deals more damage to this Talonflame? I'm not sure. So hold on, I'm gonna look it up real quick. Rayquaza, non-mega, 252 versus Talonflame. We'll just do standard showdown. Dragon Ascent deals 87. Oh, okay, no, that just is very punishing. Yeah, we're gonna go protect, Dragon Ascent. Xerneas protects. Scizor protects. Did I make the play? Oh, no! That is awful. Because I really don't think that was gonna KO me. No, it shouldn't have. That critical hit just won him the game. Despite my one slight misread, he's going to win off that, because now I have to fake out into the Talonflame. I have to bullet punch into the Xerneas. Yeah. Well, he could quick guard me, though. If he quick guards, then I'm hurting. But does he have quick guard, or is he just gonna... Nah, it's safe to assume that he has quick guard. I can't gamble on the protect again. So let's go for the bug bite just to get some damage. Well, he might not be... Nah, if he's 252, he will be faster than me. Screw it. If I'm going down big. Let's see if he has an answer to it. If he doesn't, I deal a whole lot of damage. But it's a really big risk. At this point, I have to take a really big risk, because if he just Brave Birds and then Geomancies, I automatically lose. And he subs out. So I get fake out damage. I get the bullet punch. And he Moonblasts my Kangaskhan, and now I think the game is done, yeah. It was still over after that critical hit, but... You know, what can you do? He's gonna... Rage Powders, Geomancies, Bug Bite for the KO. That didn't change his defense, though. Bullet Punch, the Xerneas. Oh, there it is. Dang it. Yep. That's game. Yeah. If I had been able to remove that Talonflame like I wanted, the game would have been fine. Out of curiosity, Extreme Speed is telling me, just looking it up here, Extreme Speed on the low end of a fully just attack-oriented Talonflame would be about 60%. And where's it at? Yep. So he took recoil damage from that. Didn't get hit by anything else. So, no, an Extreme Speed would not have... Well, maybe after recoil, it would have done it. So that's just lack of matchup knowledge on my end. But still, getting beat out by that critical hit and having my rating drop kind of sucks. But that's enough about that. Obviously, I still don't play enough to know all the ins and outs. But when you only get maybe an hour or two a week, if you can shoe in the time because I have too many other things going on, you're bound to lose to sets like that. Anyway, it was still a good one. Things are learned. The Scizor is paying off like I wanted. If I get better at using him, he'll be great because he will beat standard Xerneas. That was pretty cool to see had I been able to get another bullet punch off. And yeah, I just need to not read so deep into myself. Anyway, that's the show. Hope you like it and share with your friends because not many people seem to watch my videos and I'd love to have, you know, some more interest in what I'm doing. Good night.